A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my episode 5, Not Yet Married. Inshallah, by now you must have been walking through the process and coming close to finalizing. Alhamdulillah. I want to talk to you about very important things here before you get ready to put the ring on or start looking in purchasing a ring. One thing I want to remind, like I did in my previous episodes, is that I am not a scholar. I am sharing with you my experiences working with young people and married young people. And these are some important things I want to share with you. There are two Muamalaat. I want to focus today on Muamalaat. Muamalaat is an Arabic term which means transactions and dealings. Islamic law divides all legal acts into two broader categories: the ibadat, for example, prayer and fasting and hajj and all of that, and the muamalat, which is interaction with people. So as Muslims, we are very clear in the first segment, but we are not very clear on the second one. And the second one has room to develop or change to facilitate human interactions and promote justice. And it also slightly varies from country to country or situation or circumstances. So I'm not going to touch on major concepts of marriage and divorce. Those have to be really consulted with an Islamic scholar or to the Islamic legal laws and rules. But I want to talk about the process. We're still in the process, and we are coming very close to finalizing the process. So I want to focus today on three major things, the 3 F's of your process: faith, family, and finances. Faith is very important because, again, I'm focusing on the young women who wear the hijab, headscarves, or the men who are religious and want to follow the beard and Islamic etiquettes. So here, please try to understand that there are different shades of understanding what Islam or religious person in marriage means. For some, it is very strict. I want you to follow the niqab or the hijab and wear the abaya at all times. And you can't be on Facebook. You can't watch any movies. You can't attend any parties. Happy birthday, saying happy birthdays are haram. Anniversaries are haram, and this is haram, and that is haram. We want to be very focused. Alhamdulillah, if the other person is also with the same understanding, then Bismillah, begin the final process. But if you're not very clear in talking and understanding what each person has about the faith, then that's where really the dealings with each other later on becomes a nightmare. So there might be some moderate Muslims who wear the hijab and who follow the beard and who are religious with all the ibadats, but they are like moderate. They want to be moderate. They are like, we are in this culture and this generation where it's okay to please each other and share gifts because that's the sunnah. I want to bring a gift to my spouse on the anniversary or remember the birthday, something like that. There are some people who are very, very particular about that. They want to celebrate. They want to enjoy. So that's very important. And they want to continue to be on Facebook and maintain friendships and all of that. So please try to clearly understand what faith means to each other before you put the final ring. The second aspect is family. What is the concept of family? Is it the Western concept? Some Western families, their concept is husband and wife. That's all. That's the family to them. But for some, it's an extended family. And that family is so important for you to understand what each other thinks family is. For some parents, are very important. They don't want to leave the city that the parents live in because that's important. For some young men, the parents instill this values that, I'm your responsibility. I want my bahu, my daughter-in-law, to live with me, to serve me. And, it's okay. There are some families who want to do that and who find pleasure in doing it. So, try to understand what it is. For some, every wedding in the family, the girl has to come or the boy has to attend. You have to travel. You have to make sure that you're participating. For the others where family is not that an issue, they might be like, now you're married, so you can't go to every event. You can't go to every wedding. So it's very important to understand what are the expectations after marriage. what are the expectations of the in-laws, of the brothers-in-laws or the sisters-in-laws? If you are the adult, the oldest person, in the family, what are your responsibilities? That's so important to make sure that you really have a clear concept. And especially in those families where parents are blessed to be given that respect and they have still the authority, and their children always consult them, they take their advice, they value their advice. So if you're marrying somebody where the parents did not play a very key role in consultation and advising, their children had a very independent family life, which is okay if they had it that way. But do understand that if you have you're raised differently, then don't find somebody who's very independent and does not want to be part of the extended family. That can create issues later on. You might be termed as mama's boy, and you're still mama's girl. So, understand what family concept means to each other, okay? The third one, which is very important also, are finances. In today's world, especially here in the West, the girls are very highly educated, very professional. They have independent lives and highly paid jobs, sometimes even much better than the male individuals. So what is their understanding after marriage about their finances? Is it okay to get loan on a credit card to buy a huge house or a car or other expensive of traveling, going and visiting other countries? Or they are marrying somebody who's like haram to everything, we can't do this, we can't do that. You have to understand what's happening. This can again impact the religious understanding. Some might say, well, I'm the woman in Islam, my money is my money, you can't touch it, I can do whatever I want to do. While others might say, well, this is our money, this is our family, I can spend it on our daily expenses too. So these things are very important to understand very clearly. Whose bank account? Are you sharing the bank account? Are you using the wife's money to spend it on your family or vice versa? All those things play a very key role in how you do with your relationships later on in your married life. So these three things are very important: faith, family, and finances. Make sure you talk about this. Make sure you talk. And sometimes, people agree to each other and say, oh yeah, I really like each other, so they agree. But then they may change their ideas. So I think it's very important to make a premarital contract if that is a possibility, okay? So we are getting close to the marriage. Inshallah, after you discuss this, then you're ready to say, I do, inshallah. I'll see you in my next episode 6, Not Yet Married.